let me know, okay? Because I'm not sure if they're polyps or hemorrhoids. Cheers anyway, Gavin.
Cheers, mate.
Bye. He was a nice man. Email studio@playradiouk.com. Do you have a Skype call?
You do, yes.
Who we got?
Matthew Newport.
Okay.
In Exeter.
Hello, Matthew. Thanks for Skyping Play Radio.
Hi. It's a pleasure to speak to you. I've been listening to you for a long time. The first thing I was going to phone you up about was the news. I saw it in the Times online just now that the US are going to be able to kidnap British citizens. Have you heard about that?
No, sorry. Say that all of that again. I missed the first bit of. Who's going to kidnap British citizens?
It was an article in the Times today on the online page. I assume it's on the paper as well, saying that Alert for the American government has told a London court that it's able to kidnap foreign citizens, so people in this country, under their law, if they I assume if they think they're terrorists or working together to form.
Can we see if I've got this right? What you think you've read in the Sunday Times is that the Americans think they can kidnap British citizens if they think that they are terrorists or would be terrorists.
Yeah.
Okay. What page in the Times is that?
If you go on the Times Online website. Yes.
I'm going to get Matt to do that.
Because I was sort of half asleep last night listening to Mike Mendoza on Talk Sport, and he mentioned it. And,
the Dozer.
Sorry?
Big Dozer. The Dozer.
Yeah, Mike Mendoza. He's
a
bit of a legend, along with Mike Dickin, of course.
Yes, along with Mike.
One of my favourites.
So if we go to the Times Online, we'll get this story.
Yeah, but the headline says US says it has the right to kidnap British citizens.
Where? In Britain or in America?
Here we go.
The American. You found it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to read it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. US says it has right to kidnap British citizens. It's by David Leppard. America's told Britain that it can...
Can I just stop you there? Who's David Leppard? Well, I'll tell you, David Leppard is one of 3 journalists at the Times who's head of their Insight team, who are known for their frothy, extravagant, sometimes accurate, sometimes inaccurate reportage.
Right. Okay.
Carry on.
America has told Britain that it can kidnap British citizens if they're wanted for crimes in the United States. A senior lawyer for the American government's told the Court of Appeal in London that kidnapping foreign citizens is permissible under American law because the US Supreme Court has sanctioned it. The admission will alarm the British business community after the case of the so-called NatWest 3 bankers who were extradited to America on fraud charges. More than a dozen other British executives, including senior managers at British Airways and BAE Systems, are under investigation by the US authorities and could face criminal charges in America. Until now, it was commonly assumed that US law permitted kidnapping only in the extraordinary rendition of terrorist suspects. It goes on.
Okay, what do you think about that then? Because you can see the words.
I think it's...
Is it solid or is it speculative? Are there quotation marks that suggest that you're getting a direct quote from the...
No, there's nothing like that. We don't seem to be getting any direct quotes. I mean, it basically... to me, looks like just elaboration on the fact that they've taken these 3 bankers for investigation in America. I think it just says they want to be able to do it a lot easier, so kidnapping seems the only way.
Okay. What's this guy's name again?
Matthew.
Matthew, you still there?
I am, yes.
Okay, it's bollocks, mate.
You reckon?
Yeah, just read the first paragraph again slowly, Matt, and we'll just go through. We'll just deconstruct it.
America has told Britain that it can kidnap British citizens if they're wanted for crimes in the United States.
America. What, all of it? Surely some guy. What's his name? Next bit.
A senior lawyer for the American government's told the Court of Appeal in
Stop
London...
it right there. Why don't we know his name? What's wrong with actually saying his name? If they know he's a senior lawyer, why don't they say that his name is Fred Silverman?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, carry on, Matt.
He's told the Court of Appeal in London that kidnapping foreign citizens is permissible under American law because the US Supreme Court has sanctioned it.
Why don't we know his name? Why a leading lawyer? Next paragraph.
The admission will alarm the British business community after the case of the so-called NatWest 3 bankers who were extradited to America on fraud charges. More than a dozen other British executives, including senior managers at British Airways and BAE Systems, are under investigation by the US authorities and can face criminal charges in America.
Yeah, well, there's one thing you weren't able to read out, of course, and that was the inverted commas around kidnap. What does that mean? It means that it's not really kidnapping.
Yeah.
It means not kidnapping. Okay?
Yeah.
Interesting, eh?
Yep.
That's how Leopard makes his money. Has that set your mind at rest?
Yeah, that's great. No, I heard it when I was half asleep, and I just sort of thought, what, that's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I thought you might know a bit about it.
Well, the thing is, we like... Go on.
I was going to say, my other point was about the David Irving and the BNP leader being at Oxford Uni. I don't know if you had any comments on that.
Well, we've been trying to get David Irving on the show, but...
Yeah. I mean, I heard you, was it last week when you tried, it was a week before, you've been trying to get him on. He was, well, not cagey, but he just didn't want to talk, did he? And it was a bit strange. He sort of refused you and then went on to the Oxford Uni.
I think, to be fair to him, he doesn't know exactly who we are, because I wasn't able to explain that. He's frightened. He's an old man and he's been to prison once recently. Doesn't want to go again.
Yeah.
So, I want to hear what anybody has to say about anything. Words don't hurt me. Anybody who says something that encourages somebody else to go out and hurt somebody else, either physically or emotionally, then I'm against that. But I want to hear what people's ideas are and their thinking is, especially if they might, be bright people. But thanks for your call. There was a slight thing there, wasn't there, with Stuart? It was just a little bit of delay on that. Didn't bother me.
No, I think it was because it was probably his microphone picking up us coming through his speaker, as it were. So,
Matt, email?
Yes, Anne in Devon says she's leaning towards the 40 lashes, but what's the food like in a Sudanese prison? She could do with a break and someone cooking for a change.
And
sorry, says a footnote at the email, which I just missed. She wonders if the children actually set her up.
Yeah, kids are bright. And I think they might have decided that she was a bit ridiculous. They might have done.
Do you think?
How old were they?
7, weren't they?
7 and 8, weren't they?
Mm.
We'd do that when we were 7 and 8, wouldn't we?
Do you think?
We got some mess around some little biddy. Maybe they didn't want to get her 40 lashes, but maybe they just wanted to, tease her a little bit.
I agree that she was stupid.
She was stupid, wasn't she?
I agree that she was stupid, but I just still think it's all ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. As far as Anne's thing goes, I'd take the 6 months in prison. Who is it, Stuart, on the Skype? Eduardo. I'd take the 6 months in a Sudanese prison because I could use a break.
And it's full of women.
No, I think if you're a man, you get sent to a man's prison.
Oh, you didn't make that clear. I thought we'd get 6 months in a woman's prison. That'd be great.
Might get sent to a woman's prison.
I don't know, I've been to a women's prison. I think a man's prison's safer. It was there that I learnt how to tattoo myself using a safety pin, a biro, and a lighter. Anyway, Eduardo, good day.
Good day. I sort of think that on the whole, I think that the Sudanese and other Islamic states should perhaps be applauded. I mean, really, for their conviction that they put towards their beliefs. I mean, you wouldn't find that here, would you? And I think if we did more stuff like that, there wouldn't be so many problems here.
Okay. Yeah, I think British men only feel this kind of commitment to their football teams. Seriously.
Well, I just think that I have a lot of experience with the Islamic community in London, in East London especially, and they're no different to us. And their views on the Teddy incident are quite similar to, non-Muslims, as in it's a bit ridiculous. But I just admire the way that the Sudanese, they got nothing really, a lot of famine issues, and they shoot each other all the time. But they all band together and get affected when somebody calls a teddy bear Mohammed. I think that's just brilliant.
There's that. There's another side to it, which is if those 19 guys had decided to settle back in their seat and take advantage of duty free at 25,000 miles, maybe got a couple of gin and tonics down them, then instead of flying back to New York and the Pentagon, they might have said, "Hey, let's go on to LA and have some real fun."
Oh, well, I don't see how that connects at all to the Teddy incident.
Well, you're talking about commitment and fervour and passion and belief. And that
we're talking about crashing a plane into it.
It can lead to positive things, and it can lead to what I think are negative things as well. That's the trouble with... I advocated some years ago a new religion which would sit comfortably between atheism, Christianity and Islam, which is Muslim light.
Well, you see, now let me stop you there.